In this video, the microeconomics elasticity concept of YED is going to be explored with explanations of the calculations and the explanation of what a YED is. So at this point, we have learned what XED is, we have learned what PED is, and the next elasticity is YED. So YED, what is YED? YED measures the changes in demand for a good when income changes. So YED measures the change in the demand for a good as the income for a consumer changes, either when the consumer's income increases or when the consumer's income decreases. So YED measures the responsiveness of a consumer's change in demand as their incomes change. Now, similar to PED and similar to XED's equations, a YED equals percentage change of QD divided by percentage change in income. Okay, so YED is calculated by percentage change in quantity demanded divided by percentage change in income. Now, remember how we calculate our percentage change? So our percentage change is calculated by a percentage change equals new value minus old value divided by old value multiplied by 100%. 100%. So this is how you calculate percentage change, and for both the denominator and the dividing, we have to use percentage changes of the quantity demanded and percentage change of income. Now, why a common question is why is income represented in Y? So income is represented in Y and not I, because I stands for investment in macroeconomics. Seeing as how I already stands for investment in macroeconomics, so in elasticity, I is not used, and instead Y is used as income. Okay, so that makes sense. This is some explanations of the calculations of income elasticity of demand. So now that we have some basic understanding of what YED is, why don't we put some application? Okay, well, let's do some applications. Let's say we are going to look at the demand for vacation trips to Hawaii. Okay, so it's a popular demand to a popular vacation destination. So let's say the original consumer income. So it is originally consumers make, let's say, 30,000. However, their income decreases now to 25,000. Okay, so this is a decrease. 25 is a little too much. Let's do 29. Okay, so originally they make $30,000 and a year, and now they make $29,000 a year. Okay, and then for example, a vacation trip to Hawaii originally costs. So this one is income, and then this one is vacation price. Vacation price falls from originally $1,000 to 950. Okay, it's 950. So the vacation demand falls from 1,000 to 950 because directly due to the income changes. Now, as we all know, in order to calculate YED, which is income elasticity demand, we have to have the changes in quantity demanded divided by the changes in income. Okay, so changes in quantity demanded is 950 minus 1,000, right? Divided by 950 minus 1,000 divided by 1,000. This whole thing we have to multiply by 100%, which gives us a total. So this is the changes in demand for the good, so which is a change in total of -5%. Okay, So this is the changes for vacation demand. Demand. And let's calculate also the changes in income. So what is the income? The original income is 30,000, but the new income is 29,000. So what we have to do is calculate the changes in a percent change. So it's 29,000 minus 30,000 divided by 30,000 multiplied by 100%. That of which will give us a result of negative 3.333. However, in economics, we usually round it up to the second decimal point, so 3.33 is sufficient. Okay, so we get these results by using the percentage change formula as highlighted right here. After getting the percentage change formula, we plug it into the YED formula. So that's what we're going to do right now. So let's plug this result into the YED formula. So YED formula states that YED equals the change in quantity demanded divided by the change in income. So change in quantity demand is negative 5%. Divided by the change of income, that of which is negative 3.33%. So this will give us a result of roughly 1.5. Okay, so 1.5 is roughly the result for the YED. So YED equals 1.5. That is our result. So what does this tell us? Okay, remember in previous chapters we learned that there are 3 types of goods. There are 3 major types of goods. We got of course the luxury goods, we got the normal goods, and we got the inferior goods. So these are the 3 types of goods that we have in the marketplace: luxury goods, normal goods, and inferior goods. So the demand for luxury goods increases as price increases. Okay. Increases in demand as income increases, and decreases in demand as income decreases. For normal goods, however, it is also the same. Increase in demand as income rises, and decreases in demand as income decreases. Okay. However, for inferior goods, there is an inverse relationship between the demand, quantity demanded, and the price. There is a decrease in demand as income rises, and an increase in demand as income decreases. Okay, so why is this? Well, when we think of luxury goods, what do we think of? Like expensive brands, like exotic foods, right? So as income increases, consumers have a higher willingness and ability to buy these luxury goods. And directly due to the higher willingness and higher ability for them to buy these goods, the demand for the goods will increase. So an example of luxury goods, I would say, is like luxury cars, okay? Let's say a Lamborghini. A normal good, let's say a Lexus, okay? A Lexus is a normal good. So when income rises, people demand cars, people demand more of it. When income falls, people maybe will cut back more on the consumption because their willingness and ability to spend decreases. However, for inferior goods, let's say this is some like third party cars that is really crappy and it's a second-handed car. It probably has like 10,000 miles or 100,000 miles on it already. So inferior good, the demand decreases as the income rises because the consumers would choose to buy better goods. However, when the income decreases, consumers are less able to buy more expensive goods. Therefore, inferior goods demands rises. Okay. So this graph right here, the demand for vacation trips to Hawaii, shows that as the income for consumers decreases, the willingness and ability for consumers to spend money on vacations decreases, seeing as how vacation trips to Hawaii is actually seen as a luxury good or sometimes a normal good. So the demand curve shifts leftwards directly as a result of the changes in income. So this is an application of the changes in income. Now, I'm gonna delete this. This is not as important. Our next thing we want to talk about is the interpretation of YED. So when YED is greater than 0, when YED is positive, the good is a normal good or a luxury good. Okay, so from this example, we see that from this vacation trips to Hawaii example, we see that the YED is a positive number. It is a 1.5. So therefore, we could deduce that vacation trips to Hawaii is actually a normal good, or in this case, a luxury good. However, when YED is lesser than 0, aka when YED is negative, the good is an inferior good. Okay, so for example, when a good has negative, when a YED has a negative coefficient, then that shows us that the good is actually an inferior good. Okay, so this is an interpretation of the YED values. Another thing we have to take note of is what does the numbers mean? So we know that the coefficient, whether or not the YED is positive or negative, will tell us what type of good it is. But what does the numbers for YED means? Okay, so let me tell you this. When YED is between 0 to 1, then they are considered to be relatively elastic. Relatively elastic means that the changes in the income of consumers are relatively effective on the changes in the demand for the good. However, when YED is between or YED is greater than 1, then they are inelastic, or at least relatively inelastic. So I hope this makes sense. That when the interpretation of YED figures after we had done, okay. So these two text box right here, right? These two text box right here shows the calculations of YED. This text box shows the importance of the coefficient of the YED and whether or not the YED is positive or negative, showing whether or not it is a luxury good or normal good or an inferior good. Right here, the quantity of the YED, whether it is between 1 and 0 or it is greater than 1, will show the elasticity and how effective the price, the income of a consumer is on the demand for a good. So, and this graph right here illustrates the decrease in demand as the income decreases for trips to Hawaii. So I hope this video somewhat helpful. It perhaps clears up some misconceptions about YED and acts as a better explanation